Yeah, they're still driving by like idiots. Last night was July 23rd, 22, about 7:50. Oh, about 10 minutes before. I go in Macy's. Okay. An Indian lady walks out on the phone. Okay, she's part of the shipping. She was talking about extracting the memories and trying to act like they erased the case that Will created. Well, they can't erase the case. It's a state case, honey. And then they're complaining because I was going to meet up with a guy I liked. And we're just in like, and it's none of your damn business. I'm an adult. And then while I walk through Macy's, girls are in there complaining and trying to frame Will again for this from the Canton FBI. It's not Will's fault. As for these people doing this to me, it is his fault. He allowed it to happen and fell for the lies. I had went down to a different sheriff's department to get my CCW, and he said, you know, the Portage County sheriffs are sending out emails to all the police departments on you. I said, oh, they are? He said, they're trying to tell you, people not to believe you, that Dave threatened your life and had you harmed or tried to. Now, I'm not going to even read what they wrote. You tell me what happened. So I started to. I said, this is from the state case that FBI agent started. And I said, they can actually timestamp it back to when he did that case. It's a protected life case. He had an officer talk to Dave, so it made it legal. Fourth Amendment. He said, that's funny. And I said, he's like, you need to get a hold of the Iowa Attorney General or the FBI and tell them to go up there and arrest those sheriffs for doing this to you. You know, they think they're out in the middle of nowhere, 20 miles from Canton, 15, 20 miles, 10, 15 miles from a small town of Cat. Next town, significant town is Warren, 25. Street Sproul's 15, 20, out in the middle of nowhere. They can do whatever they want. I'm sure I'm not their only victim. They can't break at people's homes and watch them. It's stalking. It's a legal search and seizure. Fourth Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in the home under a threat of life and have to speak to everyone in that home before they start. Otherwise, it's a legal search and seizure. Fourth Amendment. People's places and homes, personal facts, papers, etc., will not be searched or seized without probable cause warranted with an oath or affirmation. That's your Miranda rights. No one talked to me. That's why Officer Reinhardt Louisville laughed. It comes down to no matter what. Until Will took your statement and agreed to protect you, nobody could be in your home. Not even them. So, and then that's why that officer talked to Dave. Now, that officer that was involved, that said he talked to Dave, he was in the back of CSE Bank when I worked there in Canton Market. He was also in the back of Liberty Health Share. June of 19 in front of the North Canton Jackson Place. The worst thing you ever did wrong, honey, is bend over improperly. We can wipe that one out laughing because he only made fun of the back of my knees. But he made a mistake in front of the North Canton Jackson Place at Liberty House Share on Hillsdales Road. He was on the phone with somebody. He made up a case to watch her before. That's funny. He did what to her before? That's funny. She must really like him. Retired Judge Pete's daughter, Michelle, friends with a magistrate over the district, Judge Timothy Ludick. That's why they did it. There's so-called sodium pentothal reports. They're telling people in the neighborhood they were using ecstasy on me. Human slave drugs. Yeah. And they drugged the hell out of me during Will's case. I had up to 7, 8 bruises. I couldn't even keep saliva down. I'm lucky to be alive. So, February 25th, 22, McDonald's, Whipple and Helsindales Road. A man that lived 2 or 3 houses down from 4490 John Thomas, Ravenna. I live 10.6 miles out of town. Okay? He walks in. I'm tired of this. He said those undercover police called up Will and lied to him that she was lying, so they get away with this. He said, and I found out he didn't watch one house tape. Just like they were sending the paperwork out to the other police departments not to believe me. You know, her ex-husband showed up at a store. Told the people he didn't want her. Been trying to get rid of her for a while at work and ask everybody in that store to help, and it's been the people in the store doing it to her the whole time. Michelle's mother Memorial Day weekend 2019 food counter Walmart 62. Or it's my daughter. Should be Saturday morning between 8 and 10:30 in the morning. They found it in November. I was down at Fine Arts and Laser. We found a tape of that idiot woman breaking. They did all this for her daughter. For it's my daughter, her husband dates. He met her in Ravenna in a store. When she was having a stomach spot, I had a concussion, hit me with a board in the face. And it's for my daughter they did all this for, and our family watching her doing this. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend but the state of Ohio who protects her. For it's my daughter they did all this for, and our family watching her doing this. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend but the state of Ohio who protects her. Retired Judge Pete. Looks like a little white Santa Claus picture hanging on the wall of the courthouse, 9/18/19. Friends with, it's Peter something. Looks like a white Santa Claus joking around with Timothy Ludick right before we start. A judge that's a magistrate over the district. That's why they did it. I'm sure I'm not their only victim. Do you realize with them using date rape drugs on me, if one of those idiots improperly touched me, it is human trafficking. It's not breaking and entering, rape, kidnapping. They won't look at Maslin and Canton are looking for that Stephen Eric for stalking me. Canton, because that officer was in the back of CSE. And some of the other officers involved. They told everybody she's an informant and that they were my security. Instead of making them wait in the front lobby, they let them in the back of the bank. I told that one sheriff that. He's like, what were they doing in the back of a bank? I said, I know. I used to work at Wood Forest. There's no way on earth the officer would get in the back of the bank. I'd have to call a district or a regional, and they'd have to have a warrant. And they'd have to verify it. He said, exactly. I said, but that bank let him in the back. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, December 9/21, Ed at the Oakland apartment, they told him everything was drugged and photoshopped, and it's just a bunch of men doing crimes, and blah, 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 and then white man bald with dark eyes distributing food, Stark County Hunger Task Force, 9th Street. There's only like 4 or 5 volunteers in the back. I came out and said, we always knew the tapes before were them, not her, so we never said a word. Well, they both talked to the CAM police and investigators, so they've been all over this. They've been around when people admitted to drugging and telling me to say stuff, that it was a shower scene in the other room, and I can ramble through all the times and dates. And by June 7th, they were already telling people, don't say anything to her. We already know all those tapes before were them and not her. And we're looking for who's doing it to her. And people need to realize that druggers and rapists that are officers and they think they're some kind of rogue cowboys doing this, they're not funny. I have no charges against me. I just got my CCW renewed. I can pass the BCI background check. I have 1 traffic ticket from 89. I've never been questioned with Miranda rights or wrongdoing. I've never been prosecuted. I've never found guilty. Nothing. All I had was bruises and I got sick on drinks. And I don't think there's shower scene in the other room. I told that officer about that. I said, what were they doing watching me in the shower? He went, exactly. They sold the case to regular people, where only officers and agents should watch me. They sold it to regular people by Christmas 18. I faced 6 stalkers, almost got shot driving. I had to hide on a shooting night. By Christmas 18, my ex got caught on home surveillance with the shooters from the protective light case, and that they killed people, and next time that they were going to come up and kill me. They have him dead to rights. I showed him a video of me walking downstairs in my house in Ravenna, scanning the room, make sure there's no one else there, and then seeing my ex, and he said, I see that you're talking to him. Him admitting to having people threaten me and worse, him harming me, knowing of other people threatening my life. And I said, it's time stamp back to the case. They could actually pull the time and date of that protected light case and have him stay there. I said, there's so many crimes in that case. He said, that's actually funny. They have them. He's like, you need to get a hold of the Ohio Attorney General or the FBI and have them arrest those sheriffs for doing this. They do need to be arrested. They do. And these people run around act like I'm going to get in trouble for ecstasy reports. Their so-called sodium pentothal. You can't even get sodium pentothal. It was outlawed in 17. And you lie under it. It's spy flick movie stuff. They have ran this thing for people's low IQs to think it's funny that they're drugging people for fake confessions, photoshopping shower scene where I had bruises before. They were drugging me up, altering tapes, people not seeing drug confessions, other people seeing shower scenes, and other people not seeing anything wrong. And it's that bad. And I had bruises before. I don't think they're funny. And someone needs to arrest these horrible, horrible criminals.